I'm going to use a 3/16. I mean, that's what I'm going to use. I'm not going to use nothing real heavy. And a lot of times whenever you're raising or lowering, that's when you're going to feel those tabs. There it is, that one. What I want to show you today is the Texas rig. How I rig it up, and how to use it. So a Texas rig I would use in a situation where there's rocks on the bottom, you know, not big rocks because you're going to get hung up all the time, but kind of a rocky, muddy bottom. Some structure as far as limbs and things like that, you can pull it over, and logs, things like that will be fine. I wouldn't use it in real heavy cover. I wouldn't use it on a real rocky bottom, like a riprap type bottom. Don't do that. I think you'll be losing a lot of terminal tackle that way. So what I'm going to show you, and the rig that I'm going to use, is a bait caster. I've got a piece of fluorocarbon, 20-pound Vanish Fluorocarbon over here in Berkley, and most of the time I'm going to use a 3/16. I mean, that's what I'm going to use. I'm not going to use nothing real heavy. I'm just going to put it through there, and I'm going to get my hook. I like using a number 3/0 hook if I can find one. I use the Eagle Claw. I mean, they work good. And I use a uni knot. That's my knot of choice. I'm sure you can't see it on that camera up there, but maybe I can get you a glimpse of it here. The uni knot is a very simple knot. You can find it everywhere on YouTube. But you just go through it like that. Just take your tag string. I make a loop like that. You got it held, the tag in and the loop and all that in these two fingers. And I just take the tag in, just loop it through 4 to 6 times. And then you want to pull it just slightly, wet it, pull it, and cinch it down. That is a very strong knot. I do not have these knots break with me. Very strong. Let's see. I think I'm going to try this salt and pepper zoom. And the way I rig this thing, I've showed you before, but I'll show you again. Take and run it. Stick about 1/4 to 3/8 of the hook down inside like that, inside the worm. Slide it up. What makes that bend? Okay, there. That's the first part of it. You want to come down. You want to have it where it's going to be straight. So you're going to want to come in right there where it's straight at. Come in and go up and hook it. So now when that thing comes through the water, it's going to be all nice and straight. You can do this on a pond like mine that don't have, I mean, mine's got moss in it. A lot of the moss is gone. It's died out since the hot weather. But you don't want to use a heavy weight. I've never used a heavy weight while Texas rigging. I just don't see really the need in it. I mean, especially pond fishing or even reservoir fishing, lake fishing, where you're fishing not too awful deep. Now, if you're trying to fish deep water, yeah, you're gonna have to use a lot heavier weight. But for these purposes that I'm trying to kind of explain to you, no, you don't need a heavy weight. So let's cast this thing out here. All right. So I'm gonna let it sink to the bottom, and you'll see it. Your line will roll down and roll on out until it hits the bottom, and you'll see the line kind of stop out there. So you want to reel down and just ease that up once it hits the bottom. I'm just easing, reeling down, and ease it up. Now, just like in the other video, and I'll put a link to it up here, you can work it if you want to. You can give it some little bumps like that. Oh, I just had one take it. About ripped it out of my hand. See? Look at that. All right, let's try this again. But again, cast it out there, let it fall. Let it sit there for a few seconds. Raise the rod tip up. Bounce it. Lower the rod tip back down while you're reeling up a little bit. Reel your slack up while you're lowering the rod tip. Raise it. And a lot of times whenever you're raising or lowering, that's when you're going to feel those taps from the fish. And you can bump it at the bottom, at the top, in between. It don't make no difference. I just like to give that because that gives it that bouncing action and that tail that just, there's another one. One hit it. But didn't. Oh, there it is. Oh. One hit it but didn't take it. Let's try it out this way. See what we can do. Let it fall. Raise that rod tip up. Bounce it. Reel the slack back down to about the angle it is right now. I wouldn't lower it all the way down, because if you lower it all the way down, if the fish tries taking it, you have no hook set power to it. So pull it back up, bounce it, and lower it back down. And you're waiting for that tap tap. You'll feel it, especially with braid. If you're using all braid, you're gonna feel it. There's gonna be no question what it is. I think I got some moss on my worm. All right, let's try this again. I think one will hit right there. Raise it up. Once you get to the top, give it a few little bumps. Reel it back down. Wait just a couple seconds. Raise your rod. I like to bump it at the top just a little bit. Ease that rod back down. Raise it up. Bump it. There it is. That's fat. I feel it. There it is. That's a small one. That is a real small one. That's a teeny tiny one. He's not much bigger than the worm. So I lowered the rod tip down. I let him run with it for just a second, and I set the hook. And he's a little bit bigger fish this time. It's actually bigger than the worm. So guys, if the video's been informative, if it's been helpful to you, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends. That's what I'm trying to do is put out videos that's going to help you in some way. So thank you for watching. Thank you for checking me out. Please subscribe to my channel. Y'all take care. I'm going to ease that rod up. It's going to bounce like that. If you lower your rod, let the fish start running with it a little bit,